Peace to the gods. Give me a second. 1 second. Yeah. Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. Do you see me? Do you hear? Peace to the gods. Y'all come on in. Y'all come on in. Share the platform. Like, subscribe. I'm trying to remember what all the YouTubers say. But do all that. You know what I'm saying? Come on in. Come on through. As y'all know, this will be another episode. And pardon me, because it's been a minute since I hollered at y'all. Peace. I see Janetta already in the building. My sister D Taylor was saying early. She'll be back, I'm sure, if she's not already back. You know what I mean? Who's all here? Who's all here? You know, I'm seeing my favorite number 8 right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm an 8. You dig? Yeah, into numerology. But yeah, who's all in the building? Peace of the guys. Say where y'all from. Say where you at. We're just gonna have a conversation today. And pardon me, I haven't really been live that much lately. You know what I'm saying? What's up, my sister D? D, what's good? But yeah, I haven't been live, but I'll start going live more often. There's been some things going on here and there. I'll talk about it on another live. You know what I'm saying? So we got Texas up in the building. You know, I got it's a lot of people from St. Louis that keep going to Texas. I don't know what it is about Texas. I don't know. Maybe it's the cost of living. Maybe it's the opportunities. I don't know. But shout out to Texas. You know what I mean? Said Pan-Africanism. Okay. Yeah. Black power, one love, peace, all that. You dig? You know what I'm saying? So we got my brother Nubian King in the building. Want to drop some gems like he always do. Y'all know he bring the fire as always. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I know he's getting everything ready. I see him, he's already backstage. You know what I mean? I just want to holler at y'all for a minute, for a little second while he set everything up, man. My brother's a young man. You know what I'm saying? It may take him a little minute, you know. But yeah. What's going on? Let's talk real quick. You know what I mean? How y'all been? What's been going on? What's some of the things y'all been seeing? You know, I feel like I want to bring up some information to y'all. I just want to have a conversation, but that's gonna come up pretty soon. So um, I'm gonna start doing lives, like I said, to talk about many different things that's going on. You know, it's been a reparations talk that's been heavy. I know something that's been passed. Dang, I got things dropping. I got a ghost up in here. You feel me? Hold on. Let me get my light right. Hold on, yeah. Oh yeah, we in the building. We shaking the building right now. I got things falling over here. Hey, all right, let me get my light together. Yeah. Hold on. We're gonna have to do it like that. All right. Just gonna have to hit the light from sideways. I think it look cool like this. What y'all think? Yeah. like I'm getting ready to tell a nighttime story or something, a little scary story type stuff. You feel me? But no, we're gonna talk about the Ukraine and Russia. Because that's a consistent thing that's going on, and that's what we're gonna get in today. So I'm gonna go ahead and bring my brother Nubian King onto the platform, and we're just gonna get it in. Peace to the guys, Nubian King. I see.
Peace to you, sir.
All I can see right now is just the screen. What I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
I'm seeing your beautiful home. I'm saying the
Yeah,
layout, the piano in the back, everything. Yeah, that's what it is.
yeah,
I'm saying got a nice
yeah.
place.
Thanks. I didn't turn the camera on.
Okay. Yeah.
How
All
you
right.
doing?
I'm all good, guy. How are you?
Wonderful. It's 3:36 in the morning over here in Israel, middle of the night, but I'm doing good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
have
That's good.
happen to be on vacation this week. I got a lot of days stacked up from vacation, and
Okay.
instead of getting the money, I just told them, I'm gonna take some time off to rest and relax and do nothing. So
Hey,
I'm good.
hey, it's nothing like relaxing, doing nothing. That's great for our mental health. You know what I mean? I feel like that's important to always take a break from things. Just to get our mind right. You know. You know what I'm saying? So that's real. But I heard there's been some things actually going on in Israel right now. I
Hmm.
don't know if you want to talk about that, what I'm saying, before we get into the other stuff.
Yeah. Israel,
Uh,
Northeast Africa. What a
mhm.
place. You know, this situation between these Arabs, Palestinian, and do you hear in the background noise?
Nah, not for real. Nah, I don't hear anything. Yeah, I ain't paying attention. I wasn't paying attention if I did.
The situation between these Arabs, these Palestinian over here, bro,
Mm,
is crazy. And just put it to you short, these Palestinians been running around stabbing and slicing these Israelis. I
mm,
mean, just in the street, bro. You know, and it's the wild, wild west in certain areas. The thing is now is that these particular Palestinians are Israeli citizens, so they can be anywhere in the land. They not like the people from Gaza, the Gaza Strip. They can be anywhere, and it's just like somebody hit a switch, bro, and they just out stabbing and slicing, and I mean to the point where they carrying guns, man. I saw this video last week. This Palestinian, he had a long rifle and he shot up some folks out in the street. But the Israelis, they locked and loaded all the time, every time. And they took him down. Then after that, I saw another Palestinian in the streets, had a knife, and he sliced up four Israelis. One girl dead, killed her on the spot. She dropped dead. And
mm.
three others was laid out, bleeding out. And I don't know if they died, but anyway, the video showed the Palestinian out with the knife, and he had cut these four people. Three was bleeding out, one girl was dead, and the bus driver, which had his gun, the bus driver had the gun on the guy, and the guy was Palestinian, was hollering and screaming and screaming at him. Now he done already stabbed four people. Bus driver to me was a punk. I'm gonna just say it straight up, dude. You sitting there with a, you got your gun, and this guy done already dropped four people, and you talking to her. You need to bust on him, man. Pull the damn trigger. What the hell is you talking about? What seriously? And so I'm beginning to get a little, like nigga. And so anyway, this Israeli boy, he comes out. into the camera, and he has a little, keep on his head, look like he just came off the wailing wall. Had a little red shirt on and the gray work pants. He steps out in front of the camera, you can see him in view, and he pulls this, piece out. Ta-da-da! Three, center mass. Dude dropped dead right on the spot. Boy turns around, put his piece in his pants like nothing happened, went on about his business.
Mm.
That's where you take care of business. You see, the dude had already stabbed 4 people. What the hell is the bus driver talking about? And then when the Palestinian charged at the bus driver with the gun, the bus driver started running.
Mm.
What the hell are you doing running, nigga? You got the gun, shoot him. But anyway, old boy stepped out of the crowd and took care of business. So, they've been telling, the citizen, everybody to be extra cautious, move around. But here's the big deal, bro. The prime minister, Naftali Bennett, comes before the people and tell the citizen of the state of Israel, if you got a gun, don't leave home without it. Be ready. Gun up. Everybody, they ain't got a gun, you need to be trying to get one. Get your license,
Mm.
permit, whatever. But you got to travel with your weapons now. I was
Mm.
at my law office a couple of days ago. Guy walks in, you know, got his big gun on his side, you know, and I mean everybody's ready to shoot, bro. Ain't no hesitation. The Wild Wild West, just like that. These guys, they ain't never gonna be no peace in the Middle East. One time I heard ain't gonna be no peace in the East until God come to the negotiating table. Well, he ain't showed up yet because they still out there in the streets at each other. But
Mm.
that's neither for us, for me being, brother, I ain't the enemy. I'm not the enemy of this radio. I'm not the enemy of the Palestinians. So I'm actually not worried, but I'm cautious. I'm not stupid when I'm moving around, because when these jokers drop out, madmen, they had that look in their eyes. He may not even recognize that I'm not his enemy. You understand? So I don't want to just be, stupid and talk, think to myself, well, they had each other, Palestinian and Arab. That's their thing. But I don't want to be out and get, in trouble just cause I happen to have been there. I still be sharp when I'm moving around. Israel is a triple security state. You can't just walk around here with your head in the cloud like you're on tour all the damn time. You got to be watching because you don't never know. You could be sitting out in some place, somebody walk in, kaboom. But for me, I've been here so long, and with Israel being a triple security state, that wherever I go in public, I always need to know where the exit at, and I never sit with my back to the door, and I watch everybody come into place. Every single person coming and going. If I'm sitting at the table, I'm steady scanning the area because you never know when it can happen. I
Yep.
remember after being here a quarter of a century, I was here like 25 years, and I went back to the States. And after being away from America that long, 25 years, everything had changed. It was a new country. But being over here in this environment had built a level of extra security of my environment that I remember when I went out, I took, we was out, friends of mine, sitting at the restaurant. And when I went to sit down, I looked around and I noticed that the seat they wanted me to sit in would have put my back to the door. And I, you know, asked them, can I sit over here? And they were like, yeah, no problem. Then later on, and so what's the big deal about that chair? I said, because I can see the front door. And then I got up and went to
Right.
see where the emergency exit is at, went around the place so I could, if anything jump off, you need to know where to go. Um,
Exactly.
and as I was sitting there, I remember one of the people asked me, "What are you looking at, bro?" I said, I'm looking at everybody come through the door. I'm looking at everybody in the room.
Mhm.
Like, why you? I mean, you kind of like, what the hell you looking for? And I stopped and I looked. I just rubbed my eyes. I said, damn. I said, look, man, living in Israel, you just get a habit of watching everything. And I'm sitting here in this public space, and I was just watching everybody. See, make sure don't let them jump off. They said, man, you ain't Israel, you can chill, you ain't gotta do that. Shit, I'm still outside in public. It's just a habit, of watching and being aware because they have this thing called Hefes Kashu. Hefes Kashu. It's like if you out in public and somebody leave a bag, a teak. A teak is a bag. Somebody leave a teak out and nobody is around it. It's just like something bag sitting there. They're
Mhm.
gonna shut the place down. They're gonna lock it down, bro. I mean, every
Yeah.
single time, every city, they gonna holler out Kevin's Kashu. Somebody gonna say, Meal Teak, Shamil Teak. If ain't nobody claim that teak, they gonna call the police bomb squad. Bomb squad come out, shut the place down. The guy, he put on his bomb gear. The robot come out the van, goes over to the thing, boom, boom, boom. And then looking at some kid done left some books. But every single time, every time. So anyway, it's turned up. It's ignorant, man. I'm telling you, bro. Arabs is running around, Palestinian. The prime minister say gun up and be ready to shoot.
Yeah.
But other than that, the weather's good. It done got warm. I
Mhm.
think we passed the rainy season now, so it's gonna be some nice hot weather. And I live right at the
Moving out
beach.
this way. Yeah.
Yeah, I live right at the beach, and I promised myself this year that I'm going to spend more time in that water, not around all the people. I'm just going to go a little further up, north where ain't nobody at, cause I don't, you know, people be out there in the water with everything. Anyway,
Yeah. No, I was
yeah,
going to say real quick, I'm kind of like that anyway. I don't like turning my back towards anybody or any crowd of people.
hmm
Mostly I sit in the back. I don't know, it's because I'm paranoid or something like that. I'm not really paranoid, but it's just something about sitting in front of people, and I just have to watch who come in and out the door. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know this. I don't know if that's from the neighborhood that I'm from or something
hmm
like that, or being from St. Louis. But I
hmm
feel like I've been like that, watching everything, watching everybody. I could take
hmm
a quick glance around the room and I know where everybody wearing. You know what I'm saying? Where
hmm
everybody got on and how they moving. But hold on, that person moving funny. You know what I'm saying?
right,
You know,
right,
I peep
right.
game like all the way. you
A,
know what I'm
a
saying? But
lot of
yeah,
those, a lot of those shootings that have taken place in America, I've said on many occasions, when I had opportunity, that there's no way the police can protect you. The police come after the fact. You know, in the example that I give is say you out in the mall, 300 people out moving around the mall, all over the mall, roughly 300 people. One guy comes in with a gun, the bad guy, firing off round. First person he hit, boom, drop, bleeding out. Second person, third person. Now everybody's scattering. As soon as they hear, some people's not gonna know it's a gunshot that's not around them, but when they shoot, the people around them gonna know it's a gunshot because they right there. Now the other people that hear it, they gonna be hearing something that they not sure what it is unless you're an individual that know guns and been around guns, then you can tell that's a round going off. The point is that one bad guy gonna come in with that weapon and do some damage. 300 people in the mall, nobody got a gun. So the only thing they can do is run and hide and hope to live. The police can't protect you because in that moment of panic, who gonna stop to make a phone call? Then you got to take some few seconds or whatever talking with the emergency operator, then they got to get the information, find out where you're at, the who, what, when, where. Time is ticking. Shots is being fired. Time, you don't have that time. Then once they dispatch a vehicle out, more time gonna go by. Even if it's 3 minutes. Even if it's 3 minutes. In 3 minutes, you know how many people can wind up shot. So the police cannot help you. What can help you is you being armed yourself. So my solution to the mass shooting is every damn body carry a gun. Now, the 300 people in that mall, if say 100 of them got weapons, 100 of them got weapons. Old boy come in, he lay off one round. It may have been 5 people around him, pull their stuff out. He done. He may get to shoot one person. Hopefully that person don't die. But he ain't gonna be walking through that mall just firing off round when you got 100 guns around there. Now, that goes back to the Wild Wild West. You ain't never heard no story of no mass shooting in the Wild Wild West. Hell, everybody had guns. Dude walk into the saloon, it's 10 jokers sitting in there with 6 shooters. So 10 jokers sitting in there with 6 shooters, that means 6 guns with 6 bullets times 10. That's 60 bullets according to your one. If you got a 6 shooter. Then you may say you got 2 guns. Yeah, you might have 12 bullets. But them guys together, huh?
I'm about to say, unless you like a desperado type dude, you walk in with a case full of guns and just start letting loose on everybody. You know what I mean?
You know what I'm saying?
And walking out.
Somebody gonna get you. Yeah. One of them 10 gonna get you. So the point is that if there was an individual that thought about it, he thought again because he know everybody sitting in that saloon is packing. Now roll the clock forward.
They'll make a person think twice to go in any place and just knowing everybody got guns. You know what I mean? So you ain't gonna do nothing stupid. Yeah, you know what I mean? So you gotta be some black ops type person to, off 10 people and not get hurt. You know what I'm saying? So, no, that's real. You know the difference, because I feel like that happened in America, but the only difference is they want to take our guns away versus letting us have it. They say like, oh, it's been a mass shooting. This is the reason why we should take our guns away. And I feel like this adds backwards. And just as you said, if more people had guns, we'll be better off protecting ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Let's just say if, for example, teachers in the school, although this may be controversy, but if teachers had like guns in the school and it was in a safe box where no one else really have the key or the code but the teacher, you know what I'm saying? There would be no mass shooting at a school. You know what I mean? So people are gonna think twice about that. So
exactly.
But yeah.
Yeah. So if all those people are gunned up, that's gonna stop that right off the way. Now the thing about taking the guns away, that's the government wants to do that, because if you disarm the people, then you can run through them a lot rougher than you already doing it. See, the U.S. government knows that there are 3.5, almost 4 times more weapons than there are people. So if you got 350 million people, you know what I'm saying, you got 1 billion plus weapons out there amongst them people, because some folks got more than one. And I ain't talking about no little 22s or Saturday night specials. These jokers is walking around with 50 calibers, assault rifles, heavyweight stuff, And so the government wants to take all of that so they can run through you more, take more control, So this is what we're dealing with now on planet Earth with the whole, one world government thing these jokers is talking about over there in the World Economic Forum. These bandits is using that. They've already began to execute this strategy of depopulating the world and bringing this into a one world government. And all of this depopulation program is a part that whole thing that these jokers been passing out and shooting people with in the arm, all of that is a part of this strategy. We are under attack, the human family. And as I say, on my channel when I'm speaking, over there, YouTube, I'm transcending above color and race now because we all have one common enemy, whether you black, white, green, brown, whatever. And that is this depopulation agenda to where they want to bring the population down to a certain level. And you got this heathen that's talking about, what is free will? We're not going to allow the people to make free will. We what is this God in the sky? And so these jokers, man, I mean, they saying some really incredible stuff. And if you run around and you concerned about, basic things on earth, you don't even know that there's a plan that's wide open to kill us. And when I say us, black, white, and everybody, you know. And so what I've been speaking about is transcending the color, the race thing. Now, all those ding dongs that want to be stuck on the race, that's up to you. But just like in the military, shit, when them bullets get to flying, partner, they not racist. They'll go up into your white butt just like they will your black butt. They ain't racist. They ain't prejudiced. They don't have no qualms about it. And so, in that environment, you got to work together. You got to work together. And it's been a many time that the military has transcended and broken those racial barrier where brothers unsaved white guys unsaved brothers, and they come home eternal friends. And so we at war right now. The human family is at war with this destructive energy that wants to take us out. And see this thing about this Ukraine is not a war. It like you would think in a sense where hey, Russia gonna go in and pound these guys. It's being revealed now on many occasions that a lot of that destruction that you all seeing are actually the Ukrainians that have been, doing their own people. And then you have that battalion of Nazis, the Azor battalion. They've been fighting doing this for years. This ain't nothing new. This whole thing right now, actually, even though the Biden administration in the world is trying to paint Putin as the bad guy, the modern day Hitler, and that's because of the filth and all the corruption that they've been dealing with in Ukraine. But Putin
a lot of corruption.
Putin is actually fighting against the, quote unquote cabal, the, New World Order, and all of this biolab experiment that they're doing, because he found out that they was actually concentrating some of their energy on creating a bio weapon to target Slavic DNA. Slavic people are the Russians, from that region.
Mm-hmm.
And so he was definitely upset knowing that the U.S. has funded these labs all around Russia for that purpose. Not just that purpose, but the creation of bioweapons to target DNA. Now, all of that, swabbing and testing and sticking stuff in your mouth or your nose, come to find out, those bandits was collecting DNA. All of those millions and millions of people that got tested, when they stuck that Q-tip in your mouth and in your nose, they put it in a bag and walked off, or put it in a receptacle and walked off.
They did that.
We don't know. We don't know what they did with that, but now we're finding out.
I used to wonder about that. I used to wonder. I'm like, it's got to be something behind them sticking something in your nose and taking it away. I always thought about that. I mean, you bringing something to light, that I couldn't really put my finger on it, but no, I keep going. Nah, I
They was
believe
collect
it. Yeah.
they was collecting DNA samples, and that all of that was a demonic, a hell of a plan headed up by the U.S. government, the West, Dr. Fauci, and all these eugenicists, Bill Gates, whose father was a Margaret Sanger student, eugenics, and all of that. And so
Mhm.
they was collecting the DNA's samples of millions and millions of people around the world with those tests. And they would take those samples and dial in their bioweapons. Now, you probably aware that many people have dropped dead, but what they're letting out now is that there are more deaths from taking that. Okay. This is what the data is showing. And it's to a point now where, I can kind of see the arrogance in them because like Dan already gave it to you. So now they can tell you. But I'm researching information to show you how to get that out of you. You see, the thing you had to know is that if it was something that you was not born with that comes on your body like an arm, leg, eyes, if you wasn't born with it, but somewhere on your journey in life you pick it up, you can get rid of it. You can get rid of it. You take some medicine, you can get the medicine out of your system. Now, if it's some type of medicine that goes in and literally destroys your flesh, and that you can do about that. That's gone.
Mm.
But it's something in there that's floating around, then like what we're talking about, you can get that out of you. And pine needle tea is one thing that you can take to help push that garbage out of your system. And now, I've been listening to, I'm going back and get a little bit more detail. These doctors breaking down how to totally eradicate that junk out of your system, you know. And see, all of this is a part of this situation going on between Russia and Ukraine. Because yes, America was funding a biolab creating gain of function viruses. The gain of function is a process that they'll take a virus that's bad and make it even worse, then target it for certain gene pools. And so they was collecting those DNA samples so that they can match up who, what, where, you know what I'm saying? It's just like when they put the drugs in our neighborhood back in the day, they targeted that. You
Right.
can go into our community and you can get like, okay, you can get food like malt liquor beer. I remember when I was working in Las Vegas, I was crane operator out there. We were building the city center project. Every Friday we would go to a different bar, drinking some
Mhm.
cold beer, eat some chips, some French fries, and watch the game. So I was at one bar in particular, me and my flag man, brother on the ground, that gave a signal to the crane. And I asked for something, it was a malt liquor, some beer. And he said, and the bartender, he looked at me and I asked him, the bartender kind of looked, and the brother said, hey, dog, look around. So I said, what do you mean? He said, they don't sell malt liquor here, bro. You're in the wrong hood for that. And when he said that, I said, oh, okay. Okay, I see. And
Mhm.
then another experience, I was in Florida, and was right next to this flea market that was a Chinese restaurant, and I wanted to get some tofu. And I went in there and ordered some tofu, and the little Chinese guy, he said, no tofu, no tofu. I'm like, what? No tofu. Uh-huh. See, sometimes they call that stuff Szechuan. Szechuan. So I changed. I said, no, okay, I want some Szechuan. Right. He said, no Szechuan. And I'm like, what? How you be Chinese and don't have no tofu? What are you talking about? But dude, you're right next to the flea market. And so a couple of brothers came in, and I'm standing there, and they ordered, Yeah, man. Let me have some let me have some motherfucking some shit. Give me some of that goddamn uh shit. Give me some motherfucking shrimp fried rice. Yeah, yeah. Give me some shit. Like put a fucking. And then I kind of realized, yep, I'm probably need to go down the street a little bit further. So the point is what they know us so well. All right, what we like, what we don't like, because it's just like the old saying when I was studying business in school. They say the black man go to business school to be the boss. The white man go to business school to make the black man his business. Sell
So
us the watermelon.
hold on,
It,
hold on. Say
go ahead.
say that again. Say that
I
again.
said the black man go to school, business school to be the boss. The
Mm-hmm.
white man go to business school to make the black man his business
Mm.
by studying us, what we like, what we don't like, our buttons. You know what I'm saying?
You know,
Then go ahead.
I seen a documentary on just that, on what you said. You know, a documentary on businesses and business owners studying the ways of Black people. You know, studying how to make Black people your consumers. You know,
Hmm.
that's a whole documentary just on that. You know,
Hmm.
and yeah, I think the people should actually research that and watch that. It's a lot of gems on how they market just towards our minds. You got to think about why they in all of our hoods. Everywhere where Black people at, you're gonna see Caucasian businesses. I mean, in a lot of the and if I could say the entry level jobs, you're gonna see a lot of us in there than anybody else. You know, and probably a
Hmm.
lower class white people is in certain situations as well, but you're going to see most of
Hmm.
us in these situations in the neighborhoods, and most of their business, all the races really, from
Hmm.
the Arabs, from the Chinese or whoever, you know what I mean,
Indian. Hmm.
Indian, all of it, they all get money, then take
Jews.
money out of our hoods, the Jews, everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So, and they don't give back. You know what I'm saying? They take money, clean out our hood, and send it to their people. So
Hmm.
I feel like that's a part of the American way is to make money off of Black people. But go ahead.
Yeah, I was out there in Vegas years ago, and yeah, I used to drink craft beer. You know, I never drink. I never been an alcohol drinker or wine drinker. But I was a beer man. But I stopped drinking beer long time ago. You know, even though yeah, it's vegan, whatever they say that. But I stopped that long time ago, and just took it up to another level because it's time for that. But anyway, yeah, man, this thing is real deep right now. What we going through here on planet Earth, because the fact that this situation has gotten to a point where I've literally heard these bandits say out of their mouth, "What do we need humans for?" And see, you know, but you can tell that they program is really cracking because the number of people that's coming aware of what they're doing, their plans. Because Klaus Schwab he's the one that Klaus Schwab, I think it was 1972, 92. He actually organized the World Economic Forum. But
Hmm.
this is where all of your billionaires and heavyweight, industrialists and corporate giant convene to talk shiggity, but lay out their plan. And Klaus Schwab heads it up. Now he's the one that wrote the book, The Great Reset. And they're bragging right now, Klaus Schwab, this bandit, they be bragging about the stuff they doing. Like Trudeau up there in Canada is one of his prize, proteges. And you see how Trudeau is rock Canada. But here's the deal, bro. America is the number one target for destruction. I'm gonna say it again. America, the United Snakes of America, is their number one big target to destroy the country. America is the globalist number one big dog target to destroy the United States of America. Now you can see it taking place from inside out. Those gas prices that just done shot through the roof. They originally said that the supply chain and all this drama was caused of that virus. Now they're saying it's caused of who? Putin. The only people that believe this stuff that's coming off the lips of the U.S. government members are people that's just really not informed.
Yeah.
And those individuals that look for
The
their news,
zombies.
yeah, and those individuals that look for
Excuse
their
me.
information from mainstream news, CNN, ABC, NBC, and MSBN, all those news actors. And so you looking at a situation where you have a misinformed people that just not knowledgeable, just dumb of what these bandits are really doing. Because when you have your people locked down in a position where they stressed out over paying the mortgage, paying the rent, paying the car note, and trying to buy food and trying to etch out a little life on the weekend, then they get overwhelmed. You're already frustrated with your life. And so out of your frustration, you can't take too much. And when somebody come along with a whole bunch of noise about a whole bunch of stuff, it just get overwhelming and you actually have a mental shutdown. And at that point, you just like, whatever, give it to me. If they pressing you about your job, you already, got your back to the wall. You're not living paycheck to paycheck. When I was out there years ago, we used to live paycheck to paycheck, which meant that you get paid on Friday, you still have some money the next Friday. Nowadays, you don't make ends meet. We used to make ends meet. Nowadays in 2022, if you get the ends close, you done did a yeoman job. Ain't no living paycheck to paycheck. You can get down to Wednesday and you flat broke. You just got to float
Yeah, it'd
Wednesday
be
night, Thursday, Friday. You get some money and you start the cycle over again. A lot of
right.
people living like that.
Yeah, it'd be soon as people get paid, money gone, just like that.
It's gone.
You know what I
Before
mean?
you
You
get
you
paid.
have you have it for maybe 2 days. If you get to that third or fourth day, are you doing something? You know what I'm saying? But as soon as you get that paycheck, it's gone, just like that.
Right,
Man,
right,
your money is spent even before you get the paycheck. You
right.
know. So
And so you stressed out over that. And then they come talking about a pandemic, and that behind that, the war. You know what I'm saying? But all of that Ukraine thing, again, real simple. Ukraine has been the corrupt politician money laundering capital where they've been washing their dirty money from their ill-gotten gain. Ukraine has the Bio Lab they've been funding. Ukraine has been hiding and dealing with sex trafficking, child trafficking, pedophilia, you name it, all manner of
what
thing. And
I heard about that.
then they got the president in there that worked with him. He's, their guy. Okay. Hunter Biden laptop. The laptop is a reality. The laptop was spoken of by Donald Trump when he was in office. Nobody knew what the hell he was talking about. They made Donald Trump look like a complete ding dong. Even I was thinking Donald Trump, damn. But now that you look back over some things, Trump look, like, okay, I remember on the campaign trail, Trump literally told the people, he said, look, if Biden become your president, you all will be paying $7, $8, $9, $10 a gallon for gas. This is before he even became president. He was just out there campaigning, trying to become president. He eventually made the president. And when he got up in there, he was totally not presidential like they normally do. And when he was talking about draining the swamp, part of me kind of feel like the dude knew where he was at. He was in a cesspool of sharks, lizards, snake, piranhas, spiders, witches, and warlocks. and he was sometime I think, well, maybe he trying to send a message out to the people without them knowing he's sending a message to the people. And then the other time you look up, he talking about he's supporting the system. So it was real back and forth on that wise. But Obama got the country into a war. Bush did, and all the presidents before that. The 4 years that Trump was in office, U.S. government never went into a war. America didn't go into a war. 4 years. You got Biden in there. Look what's going on. Gas prices up the yazoo, food, stress, drama, and
Mm-hmm.
then you're talking about this thing with Ukraine because that boy's laptop had so much dirt on it in email proving their corruption. Talk about their corruption. And Ding Dong, being a dopehead, left the doggone laptop at the repair shop. And the people went through it because it's the president, vice president, at the time, vice president's son. So they peeping around, got in there and found some shit they didn't were looking for. Reported it to the FBI. FBI gets a hold to it. Boom, it gets out. Now they got to go through damage control to try to squash it. But Trump was telling them, y'all need to check this out, right? Because of what these guys was doing that he knew about, and he was trying to get the president in Ukraine to check the Biden's activity because you got Joe Biden's son sitting on the board of the energy company. You got Nancy Pelosi. You got Chuck Schumacher, who is the head of the Senate Majority Leader. So all
Mm-hmm.
this here banditry is going on. And when Trump was telling the president, you need to check it out, so he assigned the district attorney over that. Biden make a special trip to Ukraine to tell the president that if you don't fire the guy doing the investigation, we're not going to give you the $1 billion. And then the president told him, but you ain't the president. He said, don't, he said, I'm going to be here, I think, what, an hour or something like that. He said it on video. He said, boom. He said, make the call. So president like, no, we're not going to release that $1 billion. So they fired the DA. Oops, look at that. And these guys was arrogant, man. And see, all this drama is going on that we don't know about. So if you the vice president, you the president, what about the people? What the hell are you doing for the people? What are you doing for the people? Every time you look around, they screwing up the people's lives. Okay, so they use the situation to charge you more for gas that they getting damn near free. So why would you shut down the pipeline and you talking about the gas price is high because of Putin? Listen, brother, all of the gas that Putin is selling to all the European countries and other countries that we don't know about, the United States of America only get 3% from Russia.
Right.
Think about it. You mean to tell me that 3% from Russia is going to cause your gas price to double, triple, and quadruple?
No.
No, but they could use it to lie to the American people to jack you for more money and laugh to the bank. Because the fact that the American people, most of them are highly uninformed as to what the hell is actually going on. So they just like, okay, whatever. And then you see, look, before I remember gas prices went real high for like close to like $4. And people were going to the they was going to the pawn shop, pawning all kind of things. And the news reporter was asking, so why are you in the pawn shop today, sir? It was a line of people. I'm trying to pawn this radio so I can get some gas so I can go to work. I mean, you in the pawn shop pawning your stuff to get gas to go to work. I mean, you see how tight that is? You got to pawn your stuff because gas is at $4 a gallon. Now gas is like $7 in some places, $8, and people paying it with a smile on their face. Oh, I'll pay it, just so I won't, get no money to Putin. Nigga, please, Putin ain't goddamn worried about you and your little $8, niggas. Your American government is screwing you with no grease. I'm like, what the hell? 3% oil from Russia, and then let me show you now. The sanction that they put on Russia is backfiring on them. Why? You know what the oligarchs did? The Russian billionaires that made all that money after World War II. They here in Israel. They Israeli citizens. These niggas right here with me, laughing. We sitting up, Nostrovia. Ha! These niggas in Israel. Why did they come to Israel? Nope. You don't want to know about that. Why did they come to Israel? They all Israeli citizens. They Russian Israeli citizens. They here in Israel. Most of them moved their super yachts out of the sanctioned zones, so they couldn't take them. Huh? You see how they doing it, man? These niggas, they playing games with the people, bro. Israel, we've been paying $7. Let me see. Before this happened, gas was like $7.50. It'll float between 7.50, 8 a gallon. Israel been paying that whenever. America was talking about, oh man, the gas is $4 a gallon. Hell, we were paying $8.30 when it went up. When you all gas went up to $4, gas over here was at $9 a gallon. And these jokers drive like bat out of hell in every direction, fast as hell. They stop fast, go fast. It's like they drive like gas is 25 cents a gallon. And so where did the Russian oligarchs go to circumvent the sanction? To Israel. And you notice Israel been super duper quiet through all of this. I can tell you about that privately. I don't think your people ready to hear all that. But anyway, this girl, Katunji, the black woman they just put on the Supreme Court, as soon as they nominated her, I knew she was going to be on that court, down on that bench, without fail. Without fail. Why did so many of them heathens supported her? Because that girl is the gatekeeper of the pedophiles.
There you go.
That sister,
She,
I don't
she,
like calling it. Go ahead.
She let him off with a real quick slap on the wrist.
Yeah. I don't like calling people like that sisters, black folks like
hey,
that.
don't get caught like that no more.
Yeah. Talking about she feel bad for the guy. Yeah, she was gonna be on the bench because them old bandits up in there, they need somebody to be there to get them off the hook when they get caught. And see, this is world leaders, man.
They know they could trust her. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's the type of candidate.
Yeah.
So
she up there shedding them tears, and Matt Gaetz and them bandits asking all them questions. That's just for show, man. Man, at the end of the day, I say to myself, it's just a damnable shame. We here on planet Earth, billions of people, they say billions of people, and we got the most evil, ruthless, cold-hearted, self-centered, demented, corrupt, evil bandits running stuff. Just because they got, major money, and that's all it is. But bro, when you look at them, I mean, I can't expect, but these are very ugly people. They're very ugly physically to look at. They're just ugly. I was looking at Madeleine Albright when they were telling her about the 30 million people that got killed, and she said it's worth it. And so they can just sit up and casually blase talk about death and killing people like it's nothing. But when you look at them, man, have you noticed how exceedingly ugly these people are? These world leaders, man, is just incredibly physically ugly. So yeah, I mean, like when you talking about shapeshifters and reptilian nation and all these type things, yeah, just look at them.
Hey, you know that part on Men in Black. I think it was part one when I guess the what you call, I don't know what you call the people, but it's basically a bug. He put he basically took a human shell, put it over his body, and just kind of fit it over his face and pulled his face down. that's what I feel like some of these some of the politicians and banksters actually look like. It look like they just stretch their face and put it over something. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
I feel like they something else. They not human type stuff. You know
Mhm.
what I mean? So I'm not even on no conspiracy theory type stuff. They just the energy that they give. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And what they look like. I'm like, yo, what are they taking? To I feel like they either doing that or taking stuff to preserve themselves. Like they should have been dead a long time ago, but they make so much money and they putting stuff in their body to preserve their life. So and they just look like that. You know what I mean? And because a lot of them still got on a lot of makeup and they still look
Mhm.
bad. So it's crazy.
Mhm. You know, speaking of that, they taking stuff in Europe. They've been dealing with cell regeneration for quite some time,
Hmm.
and it's they take use blood from children,
Okay, so
and
yeah. What is that? It's they call it something where they take the adrenaline, like it's
mhm.
like an adrenaline blood. What do they call it? It's called something.
I'll
Like
think of it in a minute. I
yeah,
don't
they
I don't
named it
forget.
like some type of scientific term where they use the adrenaline blood from a child, and
Yeah,
they get some type of powers and all this other stuff, preserve their life a little longer type stuff, crazy
yeah.
stuff. But yeah, they doing it.
Um, yeah, I'll think of it in a minute. It's a technique that they use because in children's blood are those regenerative cells that regenerate you. Like when you're young and you have a cut, it heals real quick, or you have injuries, and they say that you heal real quick. Well, I don't. Well, okay. See, I'm different because I've been vegan for 42 years. I've had injuries at 59, and it healed up no problem. But when you like them, your body don't function like ours.
Somebody said
Stem stem cell,
adrenochrome.
stem cell. That's what it is. Stem cell, stem cell. That's what they doing, and using that blood, they inject themselves. This guy Kevin Trudeau was the first person that I heard it from, and he was dealing with HCG in Europe, and the doctor was treating him with stem cell treatment, and it almost reversed him back to a child, not a child, but it made him look real good, and so they don't allow that in America because America is hell bent on people being sick so they can make money with the pharmaceutical food and drug administration, and so they don't allow that stem cell treatment over there in the states, you know. But nevertheless, bro, we as people, black people, you see now Biden, he came in there on the Breakfast Club and told the brothers and sisters that if you don't vote for me, you ain't black.
You
Now he
ain't
was up
black.
there pandering, up there pandering and begging for our votes. And the brothers and sisters fell for it. And now look, this guy doing. He said he's against reparation unless
Reparation.
Native American, yeah, reparation unless Native American are included. You see that now?
Yeah.
You see the $10 million they gave to the Asian last month and the Negro mayor of New York grinning like a chess cat. And black folk, we've been scratching at the door for a damn dollar. Reparation. They just like, well, you all want a dollar. Shit, we got to do an assessment. We got to do an evaluation. We got to determine where the dollar gonna come from, and who gonna get the dollar, and how it's gonna be distributed, and what they gonna do with the dollar. Hell, they ain't say all that for them other people. They just gave them damn money. You know how much the Jews be getting? The Jews every
Every
year
year.
get
Yeah.
every year get from the United States of America enough money that every citizen in this country can get $53,000.
Shoot.
I saw the chart. I saw the
You,
chart.
Ukraine just got a big old bag. You know what I'm saying?
And
And they're gonna get more money. You know what I mean? I could see
you
them
know where they
getting the
getting
reparations just being in America. You know,
where they getting the money from? All them billions they giving Ukraine, you know where they getting the money from? Black folks.
I was gonna say a lot of this
They
money
getting it
is being made out of. I feel like it's out of thin air. They just find money for everybody else. When it
that
comes
too,
to when
but
it
it's
comes to
black.
us, they like,
It's
you know
it's
what?
it's black folks. It's that $2+ trillion African American is dealing with in the United States of America, running all over the place because of disorder, no order. That's where they're getting the money from. Black tax money that they taking from us as a people and other scams. And then, like you said, printing it out of thin air. But then you can just go to Congress and ask for $1 billion for Ukraine because it's all a freaking scam because the Biden and all of that government is nasty, is filthy, is corrupt and corrupt, and they trying to keep the lid on their corruption, and they going in super overdrive to make Putin look like the bad guy when Putin is actually fighting for his damn country and trying to stay alive from the bullshit that they doing to him and his people. And you talking about they talking about a one world government right now. Putin and China is the biggest obstacles in that. Don't forget about China now, because
I
China
believe
rolling
that.
with Putin
Yeah.
real strong. And don't forget about North Korea,
North
Kim Jong
Korea, right?
Un. He
Yeah.
said that I'm with y'all. So you
Yeah.
got three powerhouses that
Real
they
talk.
want to get rid of in order that they can totally take this world. Now, if it wasn't for Russia,
Hmm.
if it wasn't for China, it wasn't for North Korea, then the United States of America would have this entire world under their control.
Yeah. You
Under their
think
control.
you think Cuba and some parts of Africa in there too?
Africa ain't even a conversation.
Mm, that's crazy.
Africa ain't even a conversation. Don't nobody tell you. But Africa is their bread basket. Africa is their food. Africa don't have a military. All the military in the whole continent of Africa put together couldn't stand one of their nations' army because they all unified in keeping Africa broke. The guy Howard Nicholson on the YouTube explained in plain, clear English why they must keep sub-Saharan Africa poor. Because he said our lifestyle is built upon Africa being poor so that we can get all them natural resources for nothing. I just watched this sister over in Paris, and I see my people over there in Paris grinning over there at the big 100-year rusted steel and eating this shit. And then you know they don't even know that this stuff is coming out of Africa. Children down there harvesting chocolate barefoot, no shoes on, no shirt, swinging Mercedes all day to get their nice shit to go back to Paris and eat. And everything coming out of Africa. And so all the European nations, every last one of them, are in harmony with the rape, robbery, and pillage of Africa for themselves. It will have to be really, dude, really, man. It will have to be another intelligence come here to free Africa. Really. Because you got black people that's ignorant on Africa. You got black people, man, that's ignorant about Africa. You have black people, just like Katunji, that black woman they put on there. She's with them, man. That ain't no damn sister. I don't like calling them people sisters just cause you look like me. Hell, I ain't on the Kool-Aid. I'm not no sucker. The
Mm,
bitch ain't nobody's sister over here, just bad as Kamala Harris. And it just was a damnable shame. I saw all these sisters run around talking about we got to get our sister in office. Shit, for
yeah.
what? The nigga that you
The-
had in office for 8 years, he didn't do a damn thing. You
right.
mad because he's the damn president.
All
You
because
mean a
she
black
she in
woman?
the sorority. That all the sisters want to hide behind that.
I
You
mean,
mean a chocolate woman that father's an African, mom is an Indian. You ain't no original sister from the damn hood. You know, went through all your shit. You know, went through as a black woman in America. She ain't had to go through that. Married to a white dude that's a Jew, so you know the money ain't gonna be no problem. Then you picked by an old white dude to work in the White House, to work in a government controlled by a whole bunch of white people. And then I got ding dong sisters running around talking about we got to get our sisters off. And what the fuck do you think finna happen for you, Negro? You had a black president in there, and you came out mad because you say he didn't do nothing for black people. Now you niggas running around talking about this here woman. You know what I'm saying? Have you learned anything? And then somebody on here, I caught something. Somebody was saying, talk about, oh yeah, you know, you got to understand why it's good for black women to marry white men. I was saying from the very beginning, that's the image that they putting out, man. They trying to tell these sisters that you do better with a white man as a black man. You can get further. All these sisters, right, seeing this image of these black female with these white dudes, and you know it's a subconscious message that say you can do better with white man. Because why? The strength of the brother and sister, the Nubian king, Nubian queen, working in harmony with each other is stronger than 10 nuclear bombs. That's what he fear. You know, you can talk about all the this, that, and all that you want, but the power of the brother and the sister working in harmony together on a spiritual tip, that power is greater than any nuclear bomb. It goes all the way back into voodoo and Haiti and the Toussaint Louverture, the overthrow of the European coming in that land, because those brothers and sisters knew who they were. They knew their land, language, and culture. They knew themselves. They had their heads together, their spirits together, and they worked together and whooped that white man ass because of unity in the family, the brother, the sister, working in harmony with each other is an incredible power that this white man fear to this day. And that's why our sisters is being told it's better to be with a white man than a black man, because the white man is looking out for his own interests. He don't give a shit about you or me or nobody. But that is real. He fighting to preserve himself
Facts.
because of the fact that he know who we are. Them 400 years that our ancestor was under his thumb, he studied and analyzed us. And his entire world is predicated on usurping our strength. And in order to continue to usurp our strength, he got to keep fucking our mind with
mm-hmm.
bullshit. I hate to say it like that, but I got to come because we don't have no more time. The time is up for you to be figuring shit out. It's way late. If you ain't figured it out by now, April 7th, 2022, I ain't got time to be giving it to you in a manner where you go home and think about it. The man is fucking our mind with bullshit because he does not want these brothers and sisters to come together in spiritual harmony. Because once you transcend into the spiritual realm, all of his guns and bombs and bullshit cannot affect you when you know who you are. When you know who you are, I don't care what they say, they've been running a good mind game on our people to get our people to move out of their mental square, our mental power, our spiritual abilities. They made voodoo and witchcraft and black magic, they made us afraid of it. And you always see, oh man, black people don't do good in scary movies because they made us afraid of our own powers and abilities, which is what gave us power over them. And so now we ain't even talking no spiritual business. You know, we go to the white man church and be sitting up in there. Woo, man, when I was coming along, we would just shit. I mean, my mother didn't have to make me go to church when they was having the revival because the music, I'm like, I'm finna go up in here. Surely she's a walk with me, Lord. Man, I'm like, wow, I'm going up in there. And nowadays, you sitting in the church with Bob and Billy and Sally, and you don't want to be, you don't want to be like that. You don't want to throw your damn wig off in your pocketbook over there. You don't want to get the Holy Ghost. So you sitting in there, my Lord, ooh, Jesus. Man, what the hell is y'all singing? Damn, if I were Jesus, I'd say, shut up. I want to hear that shit. Man, if I were Jesus, I'd say, where is singing at? Oh, my far way. Oh, because, we go into church in the
So say,
places
where the
where,
soul at? You know what I mean?
where
Can I
the
get some soul up
soul
in
at?
this?
Damn. I'm like, man, I went to the church down there in Florida with a sister I know, and everybody was, first of all, everybody was just so memorable and so pleasant and so, you know, uh, so much decorum. Damn, and half white, half black. And I'm saying to myself, man, what the hell is it going to be? But see, it was a church where the athletes came, the Florida, okay, it was Miami Dolphin, Miami Heat. It was a real popular church with athletes. So that was one reason why a lot of them wanted to go, because the coach used to be an NFL football coach. So, so
It
this
was a
is,
lot of interracial relationships, basically.
yeah,
With the
yeah.
football players.
Yeah, and I'm like, what the hell is going finna happen up in here? So I go into church. It's nice, man. Nice, comfortable seats. It was like them pews that I grew up on, them hard ass benches. It was nice, cushiony seats and the lights and the stage. And I'm looking around because I've been in Israel 25 years. This is the first time going back to the States, right? 25 years, right? So it's like everything unchanged. And man, we get into church and the band up there and little white boy on the guitar couldn't half-ass play, and the other guy on the drum read notes. Who the hell read notes playing the drum? I'm like, dude, just play the damn drum. He read notes, tap, 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 tap. And then they singing, ooh, ooh, Jesus. I'm like, oh shit, I'm in the wrong place. So I'm sitting there, I'm looking at the sister, and she's sitting there, eyes all big, half-ass clapping, all, proper and everything. I'm looking around these other Negroes. I say, you man, you dang these niggas, boy, I'm telling y'all up here with these white folks and can't even goddamn move. And so, anyway, I didn't go back. I went down to the country and met this sister, and we went down there by in Mississippi, not too far away from where BB King uh was born and
Okay.
raised.
Yeah.
I had to get back with my people. Them Negro, boy, we had a ball up in the church. The church was way back in there. Man, I asked the sister, I said, baby, let me ask you a question. How did they find this church back here in these woods? Shit, like, damn. We done rode about 50 miles up in the dirt, and then we hung a left in between the crack and ran back in the trees and doing that in church sitting back there on some blocks. Woo, we had a ball, bro. I mean, they sang and then we ate and sang. It was a ball. And
Yeah.
that were my people right there.
And I
And
bet you, out of all the places, Jesus was probably there in that place right
yeah,
there.
yeah,
What I'm saying,
yeah,
where the soul was at. Where the real spirituality is going
yeah,
on. You know what I mean? Making you move with a high note, like.
yeah.
So
It's,
with
and so our
everybody seems
people,
like Beyonce and and Destiny
yeah,
Child and everybody.
done lost ourselves, man. And the people, these bandits is picking
Keisha
us
Cole.
apart, man.
Yeah.
It's picking us apart because we got these entertainers now that they don't know that the Jews control the United Snakes entertainment industry. The rap
That's a fact.
game is controlled by this tall Jew. They call him the tall Jew. And they not letting nothing positive about our people go out. And then I think what was it,
They
Cat Williams?
not put it in rotation at all.
Yeah, who was it? Cat Williams that exposed them and said that as comedians they have to sign an affidavit stating that they won't debase, degrade white people in their jokes, something like that. You know,
I'm gonna have to research that.
I
Yeah.
think it was Cat Williams.
Because it's
That
only two comedians that really keep it real. It's Cat Williams, and then we got Eddie Griffin.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? 'Cause he be keeping it real. He be keeping it 100 too. You know what I'm saying? So I don't
Mm-hmm.
know too many other comedians that keep it all the way 100. You know, unless it's a Dave Chappelle, he'll go there here and there. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
But you
uh,
notice how you don't see and you don't hear anything publicly derogative about white men and white women. Everybody bash up on black folks. And then the problem with that is it's a psychological backlash behind that, because some black folks will get to where they don't even want to be black no more, and then you start seeing them change
mhm.
themselves, and now when you see that change take place, then they've been successful. When you start changing your hair and changing your lips and changing your nose and changing your speech and changing your clothes and your whole character, everything, and then you get defensive when somebody like me pointed out that you're losing yourself. You're losing yourself. Like, and I'm gonna just mention it about my beautiful, delicious sisters. And when I see my sisters now with all this different color hair, red, green, purple, blue, red, beige, then multicolored hair, I am not, you know, me personally, I'm in love with the beauty of the natural Nubian queen. If you want to dab a little something on your lips, something like that, I have literally sat here and watched YouTube videos of sisters that put up so much makeup, they are totally a different person. And so the question is, after you spend 15, 20, 30 minutes, whatever, putting all this makeup to change your face, my question is, when you go out and you meet a brother or whatnot, and that's where he see you, then what do you expect when you have to take all that off? And now this is you. This is you. It's just like a big, big deception, a big trick.
Man, I call that catfishing in a way. I know it's a lot of brothers, even me. Take a sister home. Go to her house, meet her. 9 times out of 10, she probably have on makeup, but once you take that makeup off, it's almost like you
Like,
have to look twice. Like, hold on,
what is this?
right? Like, um, hey, who are you? you know, like what's going on? You know what I'm saying? Like some sisters look completely different once they take that makeup off. Like a
Yeah.
whole different person, and it's crazy. It's crazy that you could change your whole facial structure, everything, just with that makeup. You know what I'm saying?
And
But it's an art. It's a whole
and
art piece on somebody's face. You know what I'm saying?
and if you can't maintain that 100% of the time, then what really are you doing? It's like you don't have confidence in yourself, that you're not attractive enough without all of that giddy up.
You know,
I mean,
the thing that get me is that it's the verbiage for me. It's called make up. What do you actually have to make up? You know what I'm saying? And just as you said, like, what's up with the confidence that we have to even use terms like I'm putting on makeup? You know what I mean? What's wrong with how you? I can see if you just put on a little bit to cover whatever, or just even something just to take great pictures, for example. But even nowadays, we got Photoshop. That can get a little bump or get this and that out. But it's just the makeup thing, just putting on, just having it in your mind. I'm putting on something that makeup, who I truly am, and then, man, someone saying I'm getting my face beat. It just sounds crazy to me.
what do you,
It
what do you
sounds
mean
wild.
get your what do you mean
It's,
get your face beat?
Yeah, they okay. So that's a term that women use when they put on makeup. Say, I'm getting my face beat right now. You know what I mean? So that's just a term that they use for makeup now. I
Oh
guess
yeah.
it's the new term. I'm getting my face beat.
Well, I'm like this, man. Sisters. I mean, I've been in a lot of different countries. I met a lot of people, and I've seen a lot of sisters. I've been a few countries in Africa, and so that's to say that I've never seen a woman more beautiful than our sisters. You know, and
That's a fact.
I've seen some beautiful people. Philippines. They got some girls down there, real hair down to their butts. Everywhere they got pretty black hair. And I've seen some pretty Filipino girl. Hell, I seen some Israelis walk around here that just, whoa, turn your head. They got the body and everything. They got that. They got some of these girls. They had a real pretty uh, light kind of pecan tan complexion, and their hair look kind of gold. It's like when you see the hair, it's kind of gold. And
Yeah,
some of these Israeli girls be like, whoa. But when that sister walk up, she suck all the air out the room. I
and that's
saw
the
a sister
thing that they know it. All the other cultures they
know
feel
it.
that too. You know,
Yeah.
so as soon as a sister, a gorgeous
Walk in the
sister, walk
room.
up in a room,
Yeah, it's over with
everybody
now. You sit
everybody
your
hit
ass
it.
down.
Everybody hit
You
turn.
done. You done. It's
Like
like
everybody
today,
doing like
man. I was
you
moving
know.
around today, and I saw this sister. She worked for the health clinic, and man, I ain't the kind of brother that like to just stop and turn around, look at a sister. But I had my bike, and I was looking for somewhere to park it, so I kind of used the bike as leverage to turn around and just look at the sister again, man, because it was just so beautiful to see the black woman in the midst of all these Europeans, and it was such a beautiful sight to me. And she didn't have a lot of
Definitely.
makeup on. She had a hair straight because I know our girls be on a lot of pressure to represent. You want to look good, and these are the things that they feel make them look good. But what made them look good was the creator that created you how you are, that every single woman on earth wants to be like you. Every woman on earth want to be like a sister.
That's a
That's what they not going to tell you. They really want to be like you. Who the hell are they trying to when the white woman is trying to be like another woman, what woman is she trying to be like?
come on. They they getting the lip injections. You know, they getting the BBLs, they getting the body shape like a sister. You know what I mean? They doing everything just to look like a sister. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
They even getting braids now and kinky
yeah,
hair now.
yeah. This is a
It's
sister I
crazy.
know down here. This is a sister here in Israel. Man, her 100% business is braiding Israelis' hair and charge them up to Yazoo. Girl, do real good, you know? And so
That you making a
that
pretty tootie too, yeah.
shows get broke off, man. I went out on a date. She paid for everything. I'm like, damn, baby, you carrying it like that? She said, don't worry, Big Pop, I got you. I said, well, get me. Well, hell, let me have another order. Just hey, wait a minute. No, man, She said, no, go ahead on, baby, But anyway, see, those are some things that our sisters have to take time to consider. All these white women running around the world bullshitting in front of you, but at the end of the day, who the hell they trying to look like? They trying to get ass like the sisters. They ain't trying to get no ass like no damn Filipino or America. They trying to get them black booties. Then they want
Right,
braids. Then
right.
they want a damn tan. They talking about you black don't look good. Well, who in the hell you trying to look like out there on the damn beach? The sun just came out. Beach full of
Hey
people.
yo, no, nobody is getting ass reductions. You know, nobody is
You see
taking
what
the
I'm
ass out to be a little cardboard flat back. You know what I'm saying? Nobody is
saying?
doing it. You know what I'm saying? So
Woo-hoo-hoo. You know what I'm saying? They trying to look like the
all that
sister.
so called junk in the trunk that they try to do back in the
The
day,
sister.
everybody
The
get it.
sister. Yeah. And then I'm saying, man, like my daughters, I got three. And I raised them girls up to be proud of themselves. Cause see, I saw when they went into the Israeli school, I saw how now they into their hair. Cause see, that's all they got, right? So the girls they're always in their hair, they're always in their hair, but outside of their hair, shit, you ain't got nothing else. You ain't got no breasts, you ain't got no booty, no big thighs, you just no color. You know what I'm saying? You're out there on the beach trying to get some color. So what the hell are you doing? You trying to be like that? So my daughters, I got a daughter. She remind me of Angela Davis. Me and her mother say that's our Angela Davis right there. She don't give a because she realized now, in the midst of all them Israelis, she the bomb. She the bomb. She was in the military, bro. She took over. My girl, she took over the military, had them out there dancing, and she recording them. Had them in the truck, she recording them. I say, baby girl, you what you the commander now? She said, yeah, they don't even know it. You know what I'm saying? When you know who you are,
Yeah.
you dominate and control all people. And they all trying to be like you. Like me, when I'm rolling around, bro. Okay, yeah, I know physically I'm a big brother. But ain't no big, fat, sloppy brother. I'm the kind of brother that you say, oh, shit. How you doing, sir? What can we do for you today? I'm still bench pressing like a mofo, bro, at 60. I'm still working out. I ain't got no weak, you know what I'm saying? I ain't the kind of brother you just gonna walk up on and get acting stupid. But when I come in the room, I only just suck up the oxygen. I will knock you down with my spirit. Cause I'm just emanate power. And I do that. And I love it. You know what I'm saying? When I come and they get up and leave, you supposed to. Peasants don't supposed to be around the king. I remember a lot of brothers used to tell me how, white women be acting like, I'm finna steal something, like that. No, bro. Calm down. First of all, when have you ever known peasants to be in the midst of kings? When they get up and leave, they supposed to leave, damn it. I mean, and I do it at will. Like if I want to sit down somewhere, I just roll up here and then they just go the other way and I sit down. You see, you have to understand this sight game that these bandits done did, and you have to come up from that. You the king. No damn peasant supposed to be around you. You ever smell the European when it rain or they stink a little bit, bro? Downwind, don't do that.
A
No, we
little.
don't
You said a little bit.
I'm just trying to be kind for the listeners. I don't want. I know we got tender ears listening. I'm trying to be respectful for our listeners.
Ah, yeah.
Huh?
I know. Okay,
Woo! The hell is that?
man.
Okay. So when our beautiful sisters, man, I love them. I love them, bro. They just be doing their shit. But I just need for my sisters to know themselves. You want to color your hair, but okay, if you color your hair from a position that you know who you are. But don't be out there trying to color your hair because you think white women is beautiful and you not. That's just not true. Remember what I'm saying to your sisters, and then if you talk to some most sisters, make these points. Out of all the women on planet Earth, what woman are all these other women trying to be like? The black woman. If you Filipino, Asian, if you Russian, if you Chinese, if you Australian, if you American, every single woman on earth is trying to be like this beautiful Nubian queen when she is walking in her natural position. My daughters demand respect. It's just like you do that automatically because the way they carry themselves. My baby girl, man, she modeling up there with all these European, and I just love the pictures because she just looked so powerful and confident in herself. And then she took the jacket off and she swung it around. I said, damn, baby girl, your jacket was just full of knives because you slayed all their asses. Look at this, The only sister. She just turned 18 and she's modeling up there in Tel Aviv, Israel, around all these Russian women and Israeli women, European. And my child stepped out there and laid the damn house down. Not only is she beautiful, she knows it. And she confident in herself. And she didn't go up there with red hair, purple hair, multicolored hair. She went up there with her braids and her natural black hair and put her clothes on. And she didn't have a ton of makeup on. I don't think she had no makeup on. Maybe a little bit of lip gloss. And she laid them out
Mm-hmm.
because she know herself, man. And I need my sister to do that too. You got to know yourself, sisterhood. Every woman on earth is trying to be like you. Get with your brother. You understand? So that we can win this war that we in. Because these bandits ain't playing. We have the same common enemy. What you see it taking place in Ukraine, these bandits here are hell bent on establishing a one world government. Vladimir Putin currently is seeming to be fighting against that establishment because, good googly boo, you do not want the United States of America to control it. Just think about it. Russia, China, and North Korea is the only nations on earth that America just haven't went up and ran through. And America won't do that to Russia because of the fact that Russian military, they ain't even brought out their heavy shit. Most of them folks getting killed over there in Ukraine. The Ukrainian soldier, Azul battalion, and the Ukrainian soldiers are doing it. We saw videos of this elder woman came out of the house and was telling the reporters that we announced to the soldiers that came that it's people in here, it's women and children. And she said they opened fire. She said she fell and played dead, but they killed everybody. She said those Ukrainian soldiers. And I've seen multiple videos of Ukrainians saying it is the Ukrainian soldiers that is fighting and shooting. They're not fighting, but they shooting and they bombing
Their own
their
people.
own people
Mm-hmm.
and lying and saying it's Putin is doing it and America jumping on that. And then they got the world sitting there. Oh, and then the other thing, you got to hear this. When the Ukraine showed so much racism against black people, it was the Russian people that took those African brothers and sisters in, gave them change of clothes. They took hot showers, gave them food, warm bed, and said they could stay there until their country come get them. But you didn't hear about that on mainstream news. The only thing the mainstream news wants you to do is hear stuff that make you hate Putin. Gas price going up, food price shortages cause of Putin. That's a damn lie. But they not, and then they taking these Ukrainians in, and like you got some ding dong Negroes that actually going over there to help fight for Ukraine. You know, you first of all, hold it, wait a minute. So this shit is what do you know how many black folks in the United States of America right there in the city you can fight for and help them? You're gonna get your black ass on the plane and fly all the way on the other side of the world to some people that don't even speak the damn language you do, some people you don't know, and some people that hate your black ass. They ain't even heard the level of racism that black folks experience in Ukraine, the European nation. They call you nigga, 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 like on a regular. And then the State Department sent out a letter. I don't know if black people saw it, that you need to be, aware of how the Ukrainian, the Europeans in that region of the world see black people. And yes, they call you nigga all day long, monkey, and all that stuff. And then you got our people running around talking about we got to support Ukraine. We need to get here, Putin. But hell, Putin was the only country that gave support to the African people. And then when they saw the picture of Putin down there when he was 4 years living in Africa to help the damn African protect themselves and fight against the colonizer, the white man gonna come out and say, no, that's a lie. That ain't true. And see, that's all you have to do. You know, the devil don't have to necessarily kill you. All he had to do is get you confused. Some people believe you, some people don't. But that's all it takes. Confusion. You know, so you put a picture out showing that Putin was fighting and supporting the African brothers and sisters. And then only thing the white man come and say, no, that's not true. Because the world been used to listen to America and trying to follow America lead. That now they begin to see that America's been on some bullshit and the other nations have suffered tremendously behind it. And so a lot of people now calling out America for these stuff. And our people got to come on up now and stop running around here listening to mainstream media. Oh, now I give you some places. Now they have a particular app called Getter, Getter. They don't sit on Facebook or Google servers. None of them guys. And then there's another place called it's another app that I use that CSUN shares on. It's not Signal, it's Telegram.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you have Telegram on there, and you can get a lot of information like RT News, Russian television. They canceled it on all them European countries, America. I can still get it here, and that's where you see a lot of this stuff coming out about what these Ukrainians are doing. But see, they don't allow Russia television to be shown over there. But Telegram have another site on there called C Sun Share, and they put a lot of information that you do not hear about the vax, the war, and a whole bunch of other stuff. So Getter is one, Getter, Getter. That's Getter. And so you can go there and you can talk about stuff that you ain't gonna hear nowhere else. Then another guy, uh band.tv, that's Alex Jones over there. Now
Yeah.
Alex Jones,
And
Alex,
video.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
band.video. Now Alex Jones, when it's somebody that is that controversial, and if they literally calling him by name, then you have to say the stuff that he talking about, most of it got to be true. Most of it's got to be true because the fact that they're shutting down and going against people that spitting truth. Now, anybody that's supporting their wacky narrative, they let them talk freely. But if it's anybody that's talking about something that goes against what they're doing and exposing them, then they do them just like they do Alex Jones. They done got him caught up in the Sandy Hope thing. But like Alex was saying, he'd say, look, my objective is to get it right 100% of the time. It's been some times I done missed. And when I do miss, and I found out that I said something wasn't true, I'll come back, apologize, straighten it out. But that's my objective. And so you don't see the governments of the world acting like that because of the fact that they're extremely arrogant, they're extremely lofty, and they feel that it's us and them. And that is Bandit, and I think that boy Jewish. I'm gonna have to go and find out. But he looks straight up like one of them Jew boys out of Jerusalem. And he sound Jewish. And so I'm gonna have to go and find out. That's the one that's talking about what we need humans for. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you not human, you would say something like that. If you are human, it wouldn't be no reason for you to say anything like that. What do we need humans for? And instead of having this God in the sky, we're going to determine, what people think and do. And then Klaus Schwab is the one that's putting out, you're going to own nothing, you're going to have nothing, and you're going to love it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So our people got to get up on things. We got to get off. We got to get our knowledge base together. We got to pay attention to what's happening. And I mean, I hear it stated many times. Amongst our people, we got to come together. Why we haven't came together up into this point? It's been said so many times, we got to come together. We got to come together. Okay, what's the problem with getting together? Okay, how do we overcome these issues and get together? It's just like the Hebrew thing. Some people know that I came to Israel with the Hebrew people. I'm not with the Hebrews anymore. I've been out of that, man, 15, good close to 20 years now. I've been in Israel 40 years, but I was with the Hebrews. And so why, look, if you're talking about the Hebrew consciousness, it's something that you have to look at. They say it's one God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, but in the Hebrew community, we have a multitude of Hebrew camps, and none of them are on like the same page. All of them have a different way of interpreting the word, and this camp don't rock with that camp like that, and this leader and those people. And when you step back and look, you have to ask yourself, what the hell are we doing? We still haven't been able to come together as a people. But then you have to ask why? Why not? And you got to be able to deal with reality that it ain't working. It just what we have been doing as a people, it has not worked. For us to sit up and be talking about the things that we talk about, brother getting shot, sister getting shot, all these, they talking about these Karens and these races, and I hate calling them white supremacists, because when you put the word supreme with these bandits, they not supreme people. Why you call, I mean, a white supremacist? You ain't saying nothing bad about the bandit. Think about, words have power. If you keep calling this heathen a white supremacist, you keep putting that power on him. He's not a supreme nothing.
Yeah.
Words are very powerful. And if I call you a black nigger enough, you son of a bitch, eventually it's going to begin to put a spirit on you.
Mm.
To people to keep calling you that. And so to keep saying these
that.
white supremacists, why the hell you calling them anything supreme? Just call them white bandits. Because that's who they are. That's, to me, that's a more descriptive of who they are. They bandits doing banditry. The bandits doing all this damn devilment. And you come out, well, he's a white supremacist. You don't realize that you making that nigga feel good? Oh yeah, I'm a supreme being. Nigga call me a white supreme. What?
That's true. It's just like if
Woo.
someone was to call you a black supremacist, you'll be like,
Yeah, oh,
thank you.
well. Okay, all
Thank
right.
you. All right. I like that.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
can go with that.
Right. No, for real. I never heard any one of them get mad at someone calling them a white supremacist. You know.
Stop.
I never seen that. I never seen them get mad.
And they not, because the power of words is keeping them there.
Mm.
You know, just like I don't call people that
That's
own
some
my condo, the people that own this condo that I rent from,
landlord.
I don't call them landlords, and I don't call them slave masters, slave owners. Slave master. And then these not no lords to me. I
I
say
don't,
nigga to own my place. That's
I don't
it.
even like to call our ancestors slaves. They was
Mm-hmm.
literally captured people. Stolen
Mm-hmm.
people.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So like, I, at a certain time, for that matter. So that was a small portion of our history, by the way. And it's not even everybody's history, but that's a whole nother subject.
Mm-hmm.
You know? But yeah, yeah. So like I don't like, yeah, you're right. When it comes to the words that we say, it's very important. Very
Mm-hmm.
important. Because it's a vibration and an energy that we bring to words. They call it spelling words for a reason. It's a
It's
spell we're
spelled.
casting on
Mm-hmm.
ourselves. So we got to be very careful when it comes to our verbiage and our words. Use the right words. You know,
And
as I
and when you say,
as we say to our children, use your words, but use it correct.
mhm, and
Use it
when you
correct.
say peace to the gods, you have to. It's just like that is so rare in the midst of our people. To be called a god. Even when I say great brother, or great sister, you know, these vernaculars help to raise the spirit consciousness, the vibration of our people, to restore us back to our rightful position of world rulers. You don't hear that type of conversation in the midst of, you know, our people out moving around, because the establishment, these heathen that, want to maintain control, they fear us coming to the knowledge of who we are. And it don't take all of us, but it's just a significant amount of us to really get that. Once we do get that, you understand, then just with the power of thought, we can make a lot of things change. And another thing I want to point out with this Ukraine Russian thing, when the bandit was sitting up there talking about it, hurt him to see blonde hair, blue eyed, people getting killed. We're not involved in that. You know, just think about it. We're not involved in that. They're not fighting us, not at that level. That's between them, the European. And this one is real different. You know, OC, this is real different. It's something. When that was a war called the Vietnam War, that was a
Hmm.
war. When there
Yeah.
was a war called the Korean War, that was a war. When there was a war called World War II, that was a war. When there was a war called World War One, that was a war. But this thing over here with Ukraine and Russia, it's like it's got a different feel to it. It's like something else is going on.
Hmm.
And my reason is that we at a threshold of time where we're living at the end of the Euro Gentile ability to psychologically rule this planet. Okay, when the Moors, brothers and sisters, came out of Africa and educated these bandits out of the rock piles of Europe, it didn't change who they were. Okay, just like if you change the color of your hair, that don't change who you are. It just changed the color of your hair. And so when the Moors, brothers and sisters, came out of Africa and went into Europe and saw these bandits and educated them and got them together and cleaned them up, it didn't change who they are. It just now they're smarter bandits. And so they came out on the world and clunked everybody over the head spiritually and took over the world, just beat the shit out of everybody. That's why America maintained 11 cruise ships, 11 aircraft carrier on the seven seas. In the seven seas, they got 11 aircraft carrier because that's how they did what they did, is violence. They came up into that land and wiped out all those brothers and sisters. And so when you understand that this world has been under the barbaric dominion. These are barbarians that's sitting in the seat controlling this world. These are barbarians, man. And so when you out and you moving around your city and you see traffic jams and you see all this kind of crap, this is a barbaric civilization. They say we're gonna civilize the savages. No, no, no. See, the civilization that they're talking about is a civilization under a barbaric mentality. This is what barbarians do. But those brothers and sisters out there on Senator Island, that's intelligent because they living in harmony with everything. They ain't worrying about no mortgages, no rent, no water, no light, no utilities, no taxes, trying to buy food off the shelf. They got everything right there. To me, that's real intelligence because they smart enough to live in harmony with the environment, and the environment takes care of them. It gives them the food, the water, and everything they need. They don't have to go to a job and try to drive a truck or work a job to get some money to go pay for stuff that the environment gives you naturally. Because the way it was set up, it wasn't set up for us to be buying houses and paying rent and struggling for food. It was set up to where when we live in harmony with the environment take care of, just like them brothers and sisters out there on that island. They don't have a ship go out there every month and dropping off supplies. They don't have a boat go out there, empty their porta toilets in. They deal with everything right there on that island. And so this is barbaric rulership. But what time are we in? And the reason why I'm saying this war is feels a lot different is because of the knowledge that I've been analyzing is that we are witnessing the end of the European barbaric rulership. We are living in the end of his intellectual ability to rule this world. That means that where this creation is at, spiritually, energetically, the position in the creation has now gone beyond his intellectual ability to maintain control of it. It's slipping out of his hand and it's going back into the hand of the original rulers of this world. And that's these Nubian brothers and sisters, these black people running around that haven't had a clue that we are, in fact, the created rulers of this planet. Now, I used to wonder when I hear stories like Mali, Songhai, Timbuktu, Mansa Musa, the brother, the African brother that was richer than all of the nation combined today because he ruled all Africa. How the hell do we wind up being dominated by these bandits? See, when you think and when you stop and consider, luscious Africa had everything, an abundance of everything. We didn't have to rob, cheat, steal, lie, and take nothing from nobody. But up in the Europeans area, the Pakistan, Uzbekistan, Tajikistan, and all them damn stands, the Europeans living in them caves didn't have nothing. If they come up with a piece of meat, whoever came up with the meat ate it for themselves because it wasn't enough for nobody else. If the guy bonged that woman over the head, laid down and raped her, and she shitted out a little baby, they was on their own. Cause Bandit, he had to go and he came up with a piece of meat, he ate it for herself. And if she came up with a piece of meat, he ate it for herself, she may have put something in the little baby mouth. But the point is, their barbaric mentality and energy has dominated this world because why? They caught us off guard with that banditry. When we came out and did good for them, they came and did bad for us. And in their barbarianism, we hadn't ran into barbarians like that. We wasn't barbaric people in Africa. So the shit that they was doing, it actually caught us off guard. So now they have been in dominion of this world, and we now are in this generation are living at the end of their intellectual ability to rule. That simply means that they don't have the intelligence anymore to maintain this human family because we are becoming exponentially intelligent, far greater than they ever can. There was a study that they put out that they was going to once and for all show the world that these African black folks is less intelligent than we are. And the damn study they put out was in the DNA realm. They were gonna go all the way down to the DNA structure. So they started doing analysis on animals to see how many DNA strands they had. Now they already knew that the more DNA strands you have, the more intelligent you are. So they did the analysis, and they started with the chimpanzee. He had three DNA series. I'm sorry, DNA series. So the orangutan, I think it was, he had four DNA series, and then the chimpanzee had five DNA series. And so after that, they went into the European people, and they didn't go to America and to check in the European American white people over there, because they all originated from Europe. And what they did, they went to the root city that the Europeans originated from in Europe. And so, because they know that Americans, white Americans, come out of Europe, that's where they originally from. That's where they went to do their study on European people, and they found that the European people had six DNA series. Now, remember, the more DNA series you have, it says the more intelligent you are. So they found that they have one DNA series above animals, but they was close to animals. The animals had five. The smartest animal had five DNA series, and then the white people had six DNA series. This is their study, and Dr. Robinson breaks this down right there on YouTube. You can see it. And so now they done did the Europeans. They done found they got five. They one DNA series above animals, so they happy with that. Now they finna go down here in Africa, because they always say we monkeys and this, that, and other thing. So they got the equipment, they studies, and they paper, they shooting down Africa, and they really find out now. So they check in Africa, and then the results they got, they wasn't, they were like shocked. Damn, maybe it's a problem with the equipment. So they changed the battery. They checked some more Africans, and then the jive still was coming up crazy to them. And
Mm-hmm.
then they said, well, let's make sure it's calibrated, because this couldn't be true. And though they recalibrated it, brand new batteries, and they checked some more, and sure enough, they came up with the same numbers. Like, damn. So they went to another African country, and on the way, they got new equipment. They recalibrated, checked it, fresh batteries. They checked some more Africans and said, man, this couldn't be right. Then they checked some more, and they went all across Africa, and they found out that the Africans had nine DNA series.
Mm-hmm. And then,
What?
our
What?
DNA
What?
is similar to plants.
What?
It's almost
The-
identical to plants. You know what I
What?
mean?
What? You mean to tell me that
Nope.
these black folks got nine DNA series?
Mm-hmm.
What? Hey, now, so that puts us four DNA series away from animals and three DNA series away from them. That's why, brother, I don't care how much the white man loved you, how much the white woman loved you, how much you love each other. You can never mix. That's like oil and water. Nine cannot go into six, but six can easily come into nine. Even
So,
to the birth rate that they said that some sisters have had to be injected with this particular drug to carry the white man seeded baby full term. Now y'all can cuss me out and get mad all you damn want. That's true.
so,
Get
so,
mad all
so,
you want.
so you mean to tell me that sounds like that we are a whole different species than Caucasians? Because that's what it sounds like. Because anytime you
It
have a
is
different DNA strands, that's a different species.
it is the absolute truth that we are so different from them.
Mm, interesting.
That means that shows you the whole story right there about why. You see, they've known this. This came out in 1996 when they you know uh put that out, right? So this has been out for 20, 25 years, 25, 26 years. But what did they do with the information when they found it out? They copyrighted. And when it's copyrighted, you don't have to give it to nobody. And nobody has a right to spread it, copy it, reprint it, proliferate it unless you give it to them. And they not giving nobody that information. That black people, and because again, they know that blacks originated out of Africa, they went all across Africa, you understand? Because they know that we all are descendants of that. And they didn't have to go all across America where black folks at because they went to the root of our origin. That's the motherland. And they found that all the Africans had 9 DNA series. So what does that mean? Just like I said earlier, they have done an incredible screw job on our brains to get you to think that you are less than an animal by constantly saying shit to you, your nose too big, your lips too big, hot and tot. You remember the sister hot and tot with the big booty? Oh, they used to laugh and joke at her. Now, all the white women want big booties. They're in the gym, exercise, and when I'm at the gym working out, they all bending over, lifting shit, trying to get a big butt. This little girl was in that the other day. She was doing deadlift, and she was just trying so hard, a little bit of booty. I said, "Girl, you better relax. You about to break something over there. You little bit of ass. Says, put the weight down, girl. Get the hell on." You know. And so the point is that yeah, we superior in sports. Yeah, we superior in entertainment. Why? Because they allow that. Because that's entertainment for them. But then at the same time, they dominate both industries. Clive Davis is God over there in the music industry. Like I said earlier, the Jew boy, the tall Jew, ruled the rap game. Then for the NFL team, the majority of the NFL team are owned by Jews. The majority of the NFL teams and those professional sports teams are owned by Jews. Now, when it comes to education, that's where they try to maintain dominance because they don't want that to get out. But those sisters, that movie they put out, Hidden Figures, it showed you historically that the white boy would not get on the craft until he himself spoke to the sister that did his reentry calculation because you come in too steep, you come in too fast and burn up, you come in too shallow, you bounce off the atmosphere and shoot out in space forever. So the calculation had to be exact, and those sisters, they called them human computers, and they was bad. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because of our 9 DNA series, our brain power. Hell, I can tell you a story about myself right quick. When I was electronic technician at a Digital Equipment Corporation, I was able to get a product operating up and operating that we developed right there in house in Norcross, Georgia. That these other guys they would just fall apart. These European white boys would just fall apart on equipment, and they would give up. But I didn't give up. You know, I kept plugging at it until I would not stop. I would not stop. The company said, "Okay, we're gonna circular file 101 that." Because they don't want to spend no more resources, no more money, manpower trying to get a dead dog working. And so they went to a new project. Well, in the meeting, I asked them, I said, hold it, stop, wait a minute. What are you saying? They said, we're circling file the IRMA card, IRMA. This is old technology. And so I'm like, okay, so what are we doing now? He said, we're going to automate 40. Wait a minute, hold it. You mean to tell me we're going to another product? They say, yeah. What's the problem? I said, the problem is we just did this. We put $5 million in it and it ain't working. And we don't know why it's not working. Now you're going to shift to a new project. What if we get over there and the new project don't work? Cause we don't know what is the cause of this project not working. I said, you don't understand the logic in that? Yeah, Daryl, but see, right now, the company, we've decided to circle file that. We don't want to put in the more da 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 da. Okay, so what did I do? every moment that I had, either before I started my shift or after, I spent working on that board. Come to find out, the problem was the etching on the board. I ain't got to get into the details of it, but it was a brand new company down in Florida named Tropical that was producing our PC boards for the computers, and they was brand new, and their etching process was flawed, and that's what caused the board not to work. But I found that out. They signed a contract with Apple Computer, and these was the early years. And what happened? Apple back in those days didn't nobody want to roll with Apple because yeah, they created the brains and everything, but all the peripheral equipment they would get from other companies. But after they did some dirty stuff, they would order the product specific for them, 5, 6, 7, $8 million, and then the last minute counsel. They had a clause in the contract that they could do that. So now we got all of this equipment stacked up all over the building that Apple don't need. They don't cancel. So what happened? We got all this equipment stacked up, special order, special made, design program for Apple, and it's just sitting there. So sometime later, another company pops up, and they got requests for equipment that got the same parameters as this stuff we done made for Apple, and so they get it dirt cheap because we ain't got to do nothing but send it out the door. Guess who it was? It was Apple, posing as another company. But the point I'm making is that the reason why we got the equipment working is because of me and my 9 DNA series level of intellect that they didn't have. And I got it working, and they made $50 million. How much they give your brother? Oh, oh, oh! They broke me off something proper. OC,
Oh
they
yeah.
broke me off. Yeah, they broke me off something proper. Supervisor came over to me and said, Daryl, we just signed a $50 million contract on the Irma card you got working. I said, oh, great. He patted me on the shoulder, turned around, and walked off. Broke me off something proper. Nice little pat on the shoulder. This nigga walked out with all the
Hey,
money.
hey,
Huh?
nothing. It's nothing like a pat on the back, man. You know.
Oh, man. Huh?
Yeah.
Okay. So anyway, man, brother, all my people out here, you know, y'all tune in, you listening. We love you with a perfect love. Anybody have any questions for the Nubian King while I'm here before I go? Fire off your question right quick and let me get an answer for you. Because I just thought, you know, I come on and do a lot of talking, but if some of you all may have a question or two, I can answer your question being that I'm over here in Israel.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah, I know. I know. There's different conversations going on in Israel, versus the
Mhm.
conversations that's going on in the states. So but yeah, if anybody have any questions, definitely put that in the chat. We can have those conversations and ask those and answer those questions. So any questions, comments, go ahead and put it in the chat right now. You know what I'm saying? So I know a lot of people had different questions. The last broadcast that we had, Brother Nubian King on, so here's your chance to ask those questions. Uh, if you remember some of those or have new questions, you know what I'm saying? So here is your time. I mean, so until then, what do you think? Um, what do you think should be next? What do you think is going to happen next when it comes to this situation that's going on with Ukraine and Russia? Like, what do you
Okay,
think is going to happen next? Like, what's
what
the algorithms on that?
what we should do, even down, if it don't be a group, but down to the family level, you should prepare for the worst. And what I mean by that, being Pacific, not just making a general statement. You should
Mm.
prepare for when the electricity out, you don't have any electricity, and that means that your food is going to spoil in the freezer and refrigerator, and you're not going to be able to get any water out of your drain because electricity is not supplying the pumps to pump you the water. So you should prepare for not having electricity, and then you should prepare for not being able to get to food, and then you should prepare for the water. So it's the electricity, the food, and water, and that's what you should prepare for. And if it happened in the wintertime, you got to be able to keep yourself warm. If it happened in the summertime, you got to be able to deal with the heat. Now, right now, all across America, you have many different prepper communities. They call survivalists, and it'll be good to hook up with them because they can teach you a whole bunch of stuff about that survival and preparation. The meal ready to eat, the military meals. Some of them you just heat up, and the food will last 25 years because it's always best to have it and not need it than to need it and don't have it, and it's always best to prepare for the worst, hope for the best. But however it fall, you ready because you got children, you got family, and these type things now should be real serious thoughts in your mind. I see one question from Dee Dee Taylor. She asks, "Are the
Mm.
blacks out there more unified? Uh, are the blacks over here more unified?"
Yeah, out of
Uh,
Israel.
well,
So,
some okay. In Israel, there's a lot of black people. Okay, and I can say that most of them are here because it's something they know, and generally what they know is from the scriptures out of the Bible, and they come here, right? But not all of us are in harmony with each other. You have different groups that hang out with each other. They're not big. There's be a few people, but they all kind of still centered around that Bible situation, from a Hebraic understanding or a biblical point. You have a community here, brothers and sisters that came to straight hardcore Hebrews, and then you have another group that they don't call themselves Hebrew, they just believers, and so as a whole, every single black person over here, no, because we living all over the country. I had suggested to one individual about having a maybe once or twice a year event that all black folks could come together in a big park, and we just get together, meet and greet, eat a little something, and you know, exchange, because look, we're all over here in this country, and I know the Hebrews and other groups teach that this is our land. Well, that could absolutely very well be true, you know. But at this point, right now, these Europeans are in control. These Europeans are in control of this land, whether it be yours, ours, theirs, those. Right now, these Europeans are in control. And so my thought was it would be just a bouchard. It'd be a shame that all of us from the diaspora are here and we don't have any contact with each other because we're so spread it out. So at that particular level, unified, no, because we so spread it out over the place. You do have little groups of people here and there around that they associate with each other, and that's the way that goes here. Gary, also shalom to you, brother Gary. He says, Peace to the God. Shalom, shalom to Nubian King. I appreciate that, Gary. Likewise. Likewise.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Dee
Any other
Dee Taylor,
questions?
how you
Yeah.
doing? Dee, how you doing, Dee? She's a super chat member, isn't she?
Yes, indeed. Yeah,
Dee.
yeah, yeah. Real good supporter for the movement in general. She's everywhere with it. Just a good sister all around.
Oh,
All
did
around.
you do you mind putting up my channel over there on YouTube? Maybe some of your people can come over there and listen up.
Absolutely. What's your channel name?
Nubian King on YouTube.
So it's just Nubian King.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
how people can search it.
yeah.
Let me see if I can, because I want to be able to uh, put that in the chat if I can find it. Um, Sometimes just typing in Nubian King or typing in a certain phrase, it doesn't pop up right away. So let me see. Nubian King.
It's on YouTube. Go to YouTube, pop in Nubian King.
Ah, it popped right up. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Why I ain't know that? Okay. Got videos
Char-
up and everything.
yeah, I got a bunch of them.
All right.
Charmel Charmel Lee. I'm going to do the best I can at staying safe, great sister. Right now I'm on vacation. I took a week off to just relax. I'm not doing anything. Vacation. I'm not traveling anywhere. I'm traveling back and forth to my bed, the kitchen, and the bathroom. That's about as far as I'm going. Thank you, Dee Taylor. She says she subscribed months ago. I appreciate you, great sister.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I just pinned, the brothers' YouTube page. So everybody, go ahead and follow their YouTube page, and you should be able to type it in the search engine. Just type in Nubian King, and this page should pop right up. So I didn't think it was going to happen like that, but it's page definitely popped right up. One of the first ones. So if you support the brother, subscribe to the brother. But all in all, the brother always come with good information, drop gems, and so many different things. We laugh and we get gems from the brother. That's pretty much what it is. So definitely subscribe. Show love. You know what I mean? So do you often? How often do you go live over there? By the way.
When I'm at work, man. Oh, when I go no, I don't go live much at all.
Okay. Okay.
I just do the videos when I'm out, uh, on the road.
Mhm.
See a lot of those videos I'm driving, and I think that's it. I've gotten a lot of positive response. They say, "Wow, they get to see inside of Israel," and
Mhm. Okay.
I
Yeah.
now
Yeah. I see.
also for the listeners, I did a real detailed breakdown of Russia and the Ukraine. The video, you see a tractor, you see a little tractor on one of those videos. You looking at it now?
Yeah. Yeah.
You
Uh
see one video, it has a tractor on it. You see it?
huh. Yep. Yep.
Okay, that's the video where I took my time and I went through some notes breaking down that Ukraine thing that
Yeah.
a lot of
Yeah.
people like, man, I didn't know
There's
all
some
that.
information that they are not telling you about Ukraine. So
Right.
yeah.
Yeah. That
Yeah.
one I did. I was in southern Israel town just outside of Beersheba. And I went in detail off my notes on that one. This sister, her name is Charmel. Is that correct pronunciation of your name? Charmel Lee? Charmel.
Charmel. Oh, okay.
That's the way you pronounce it. Charmel Lee.
Charmel.
Yeah.
Yeah, Carmel, probably Charmel. Yeah, Charmel
Shamil.
Lee. Yep, yep,
Okay.
yep.
Uh,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
appreciate this subscribe. K. He's asking, "Am I in Israel?" Yes, I'm in Israel. K. He asked, "Am I in Israel?" Yeah, I came to Israel in 1981, May 15th, 5:40 in the afternoon when I touched down. May 15th, 5:40 in the afternoon, 1981. Last year, I had a 40-year anniversary of being here in Israel. And during some of that time, I lived in Africa, West Africa over there on the Gold Coast, Ghana, Nigeria, Liberia, Benin, Togo, all over there on the West Coast. And I had a sister that lived in Ethiopia, Addis Ababa. She was a instructor at the international school. I would go there and vacation with her. And shoot, everybody been to the pyramids in Egypt. And then I've also given tours to brothers and sisters around the uh, land that you know, taking brothers and sisters around Israel to show them the land from a Hebraic, the African Edenic perspective. What year you was born in, JB? JB, is that from Atlanta?
yeah. ATL. Yep.
Oh, I was
JB
born.
ATL.
Yeah, I was born in Atlanta, Georgia myself, JB. I was born in 1961. I'm a young brother. Ah, JB, you
60s baby.
yeah, man. Oh, you were born in 82. Okay. I came up here in 81. So he was born the next year after I got to Israel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. So up here in Israel and 40 years, I think that's enough. It's time for me to get on to my people. Um, I've had a good time. Racism has not been a friend of mine. I haven't had any bad experiences. That I could just honestly tell you. Israelis dealt with me like that because they was prejudiced or racist or something. Um, Israelis. The European people, Israelis, and they got the land under their control, and they hell bent on keeping it. What's going on with the Asar movement in Washington D.C.? What is the Asar movement? I'm not familiar with that name. Asar, is that some type of Hebrew community?
I'm not familiar with that movement either. I saw a movement. So, um, hmm, yeah, I'm not sure about that myself. I have to look that one up. You there, newbie?
Yeah, I'm here. It's
Okay.
the moment. What is that? Money you mean?
Mm-hmm.
They about to get that land up real soon. Somebody sleeping in my bed. What is that?
All right. Gonna have to bring it to a close. I have to bring it to a close. Like to thank everybody for definitely coming through, listening to our good brother Nubian King. We're gonna have some more. We're gonna keep these going, because it's often gonna be things that we're gonna see about this subject, and then other subjects as well that we're gonna talk about. As you know, we kind of talk about a lot of stuff, but also put everything together. You know what I'm saying? So, um, peace to everybody in the chat. Peace to everybody that came through, and always peace to the guys. You know what I mean? So definitely thank you for coming by, my brother Nubian King, and
Oh
spitting
yeah.
those gems. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I mean, like if you for, we could do it again and again.
Mhm.
So and but definitely support our brother on his page. I think he has a. I think it's good to actually see, exactly what's going on in Israel, and then to get some conversation, some words going while we see exactly what's going on. I think that's different. You know what I mean? I don't see too many YouTube or too much content like that where we can see exactly what's going on in the city, but get a like a podcast, a conversation going at the exact same time. So I think that's dope. So go over and subscribe to our brother Nubian King to get those gems. I don't know how often he posts, but I'm pretty sure it's about a few times every week. So go ahead and
Mhm.
support the brother. All right.
Yeah, I post a lot.
Okay. Okay.
Um,
Yeah.
no, I think somebody asking me, did I take the shot? No, I didn't. And they not asking for a COVID-19 passport anymore.
Mm, that
And
shouldn't.
I they the first of last month, March, is when they instituted phase one of the removal of the restrictions, where tourists can come in without taking it. Um, Israelis can come back without quarantining, and they're not asking for the green passport, and the masks don't have to be worn outside, but they still wear them on the inside. But the thing about Israelis, it's like that don't even exist no more. You see a
Hmm.
lot of people. You see a lot of
Hmm.
people. You see a lot of people inside. They don't have no mask on. They just doing their thing. But
Right.
okay. All right. I appreciate everybody. I appreciate
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. And
Carmel. I'm gonna have to check on that. Asar was erected a power source. I'll check on that. Okay.
yes, indeed. And oh, by the way, in the description, I have King Nubian, Nubian King bio. He also has where to reach out to him. So email, even his phone number is there. For anybody that want to reach out to him and for conversation and informational purpose and stuff like that. So that's all in the description. So y'all going to check that out. And yeah, see y'all next time. You know what I mean? So I plan on doing something very soon. And I just let you know, just look out for whatever thumbnail that I put up. And we're going to get it in all over again. You know what I'm saying? With this information and knowledge. And peace to the guys, everyone. You know. All right. And we out.